So Simon, no health scare for Bomber this time. He's just been held up.
Yeah, he's just been held up in a meeting, so it's a pretty quiet day for the footy club today, and I think he's an apology, but he's been held up. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do it for you boys. I know I'm not Bomber.
The Dogs this weekend. What are you expecting out of them?
Oh, we're expecting a really competitive side. The Bulldogs are in terrific form. They've got some young kids playing some really exciting footy, and we're really aware that they're a side that's won 3 out of their last 5 games. They're number 1 in contested ball, so we're going to have to be really on our game to get away with the result this weekend.
Every week now becomes, I know it's such a cliche, but becomes a mini final given where it's at the ladder. Has it been discussed how crucial every individual week is now in the lead up to that?
Look, it hasn't been discussed, Sam. It's been something that we've just been worrying about how we're going to play each week and how we're going to go about it. And I think you saw last week a side that's very determined with where they want to go as a footy team. And that's really the real focus, is to continually improve throughout the year to put ourselves in a position where we can actually have an opportunity to try and play finals footy. And that's probably where we're at now. We've just got to keep playing the way we're playing, keep getting some results that we need, and that'll take care of itself.
And you've got a forward line now that seems to have a real good mix and keeps the opposition guessing. You've got Carlisle kicking goals. Ambrose popped up last week. That's been a huge plus over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it has. We've had a really inexperienced forward line for the majority of the year. So to have Joey, Jake, and Paddy Ambrose playing some good solid footy for us gives us a really good strength. But also we've got some options with Michael Healy going forward as well.
BJ and Michael Hibbert back. How much better can you play as opposed to last week?
Well, I think it's how the team plays. We try not to look at individuals and say they're going to make us improve or get better. We saw last week, without the personnel, that we can still play some really good footy. So it's about how the team plays together, and whether we play better or not, we'll have to wait and see on that.
We haven't got the final 22 yet. Is Hibbert a certainty to come in?
Yeah, they'll both come in and play. Goddard and Hibbert will play. So that's great for our supporters, great for our fans, and great for the footy club. But as I said, it's about how the team plays, and those 2 guys that have come in and make sure the team gels the same way.
Is there some renewed hope that Joe might be healing perhaps a little bit quicker than expected? There's some suggestions you might have seen the specialist for a follow-up yesterday. Yeah,
look, he got some pretty positive results, and he's progressing really well. I don't think it'll shorten the time frame of him coming back, but we're really hopeful that he's going to actually come back and be able to perform for us in the last 2 or 3 games. And it's great for the fans and also for Joe to get that news that his body's healing in the right manner and that we are going to see him again this year.
Is that a little bit quicker than perhaps expected?
Maybe a touch, but we're going to still take it very slowly, make sure that we actually get the proper training into him before he comes back and plays, because we want him, when he comes back, to be able to step in and actually perform for us.
What's he doing at the moment in terms of his rehab?
Yeah, he's into a lot of running, so he's doing a lot of running, 3/4 pace, even up towards 90%. But the thing that's really going to hold him back for a while is that real acceleration and sprint work, and that'll be stuff that we build in 3 or 4 weeks' time.
How have you seen players improve while Joe's been on the sidelines?
Oh, there's been enormous growth. There's been great opportunity for guys to continually step up in their leadership, and I think it was pretty evident on the weekend. Guys like Dyson Heppel and David Myers and Brent Stanton, when Brendan was playing as captain, I thought he had enormous growth in him. So we're seeing it all through the group, and it's been a great opportunity for guys to step up without a really dominant figure in our footy club playing.
Simon, some press this morning. What sort of role do you guys foresee James or Hurdy playing when he serves his suspension now later in the season?
I think when James gets back, I think it's at the end of this month, in the 28th of July, that he'll sit down with the footy club and discuss the best role for the footy club at that time, and whether that's coming straight back into the fold or whether that's holding out to the end of the year. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm sure that the conversation will be had between both parties, and it'll be a decision as what's based on best for the club.
What's the feeling now, though? You must have talked about it. How does it sit?
Oh, we haven't spoken about it at all, to be honest. It's as I said, we'll wait for James to get back. I think he's a key figure in all this, and I know he wants what's best for the footy club, and whether that's coming back this year or coming back at the start of next year, we'll have that discussion when James gets back.
Is it something you'll consult with the players, though, to see how they feel about it? And I guess there's going to be a lot of media circus if he does come back to the club.
Well, I'm sure the players will just get on with what they're doing. They love James, they love having him around the footy club, but whether it's a distraction or not, I don't think it will be, because this playing group has been able to be so resilient over such a long period of time that they'll just get on with trying to perform and be the best group they possibly can be.
You talk about the resilience that's been building over the last 24 months. It's been pretty remarkable from the outside looking in. Are you now sort of confident, having gone through all this, the players can handle just about anything and they can still go out in the field on the Saturday and get the job done?
Oh, it's been great learning for everyone at the footy club, but the growth in that one aspect of resilience is something that I know the group pride themselves on, and they want to continue to use that and make sure when the time comes, whether it be towards the back end of this year or even potentially in a final, that they can use those skills that they've been able to gather and use it to their advantage.
The word confidence gets bandied about, but is there a confidence within the group this week after last week's performance that you can now really challenge those top sides in the next 5 to 8 weeks?
I think they're in a good place. I think the players are in a good place, that they know that if they keep doing the little things at the footy club, if they keep training the way they've been training, if they keep driving each other about where they want to go, that they are capable and talented enough to compete with most teams. And that's what our real aim is, to keep looking at the things that make us become the team that we want to become and not focus too much on what might be down the track.
There might be some senior coaching opportunities coming up in the next couple of years at Melbourne and other places. Do you see yourself as putting your hand up for those?
It's certainly something that I want to strive towards, is to becoming a senior coach, but certainly in no rush, and I want to make sure that I've gathered all the skills required to put my best foot forward in any sort of role. So if opportunities arise, I'll certainly look at them, but it's something that I'm certainly working towards. But whether that's in the coming years or not, we'll just wait and see.
Do you think, in general terms, an assistant coach does need 3, 4, 5 years apprenticeship?
I think it's important that you gather the skills required to be a senior coach. There's no doubt it's a big role, it's a big task, there's a lot of management involved with it, and there's a lot of skills that go into it. So I think sometimes an apprenticeship's a good thing, yeah.